what hasn't been commodified? Our emotions, our loneliness and need for human interaction, our disabilities and other differences, but also our flesh in a more carnal way. Because the oldest iteration of this theme I've been harping on with this segment is porn. And for all his flaws, at least the new House Speaker is a real Christian. But since he and his son use Covenant Eyes, a program that scans activity on your phone and then sends that report to your designated accountability partner to help users stay away from porn, well, now Rolling Stone decided to do a whole hit piece on him for it. I honestly, for the life of me, could never figure out these kinds of hit pieces where people are mocked for staying away from porn and other sexual temptations. Like, doesn't that mean the accuser by default is steeped in that kind of ugly sin? So they're basically outing themselves by being so offended that others won't join into their personal hell on earth? That's literally what demons are. They're so miserable with their own choices that they spend eternity trying to bring other souls down with them. That's why we all know the saying, misery loves company. People like those at Rolling Stone soothe their aching consciences by telling themselves that everyone's like them, porn addicts, and that anyone who claims to not be one, like Speaker Johnson and his son, must be hiding some dirty perversion, because it's impossible to not be addicted to seeing flesh everywhere and getting aroused. So that's why they try and smear Covenant Eyes as some perverted thing, when they, the hacks over at Rolling Stone, are the real perverts. Joining us now to discuss is Megan Basham, a reporter for the Daily Wire. Megan, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. Always good to be here.
Great. So first, explain to the audience what exactly Covenant Eyes is and how it works.
Yeah, so Covenant Eyes is just a program that you put on your devices. I use something different, but it's one of a lot of options that parents have, particularly of teens, or that some men use, and increasingly women in accountability groups to help keep them away from porn. And what it does is it very simply, you load it onto your device. It scans for anything you might be looking at, and if it sees something by keyword or image, and it's very sensitive, it will send a report to the person that is your designated accountability partner and let them know, hey, this was something that they were looking at, so that you have that sort of built-in person that hopefully you're confessing your sins to, or who you're just saying, hey, help keep me accountable and keep me from even being tempted by this, so that maybe if something, look, I'm on Twitter a lot. Occasionally, you'll see some bot respond to you. And I could see how very quickly you could fall into going, well, who is this person that says adult only? So what it does is it prevents that sort of temptation by knowing, gosh, someone else might see this. Someone else is going to see this if I click on this. So that is the purpose of it. And it was really wild to see Rolling Stone frame it the way that they did, because you see nothing. If you have Covenant Eyes on your devices and you're not looking at pornography, the report will show nothing. It will just say there was, nothing potentially objectionable in this content that this person was looking at. So the way they framed it was so insidious by saying that they monitor each other's porn intake, because the point was there is no porn intake. And if you actually watch the clip that Rolling Stone was using to write this commentary, you would have known that Speaker Johnson said his son has a clean slate. And the entire point of his installing it on both of their devices was to model for his son how to be accountable, to model for his son, hey, I am not holding you to a standard that I'm not holding myself to. And this is something that I will be transparent about with you in turn, so that you can also see that I'm not doing that sort of thing either. So essentially, I guess Rolling Stone was just having a big laugh over Speaker Johnson being a good dad. So that's where we're at, that it is an amusing thing to say, hey, this man is a good dad who is taking care to ensure that his teenage son is not giving in to a temptation that is extremely common to teenage boys in particular.
It is, and I think, like I said, it really tells on the Rolling Stone Times. I mean, I wish I could be a fly on the wall and see what's on their computer, because I can tell you if they had Covenant Eyes, it'd be going off left and right, report. Right. And so they get so weird that other people can actually be normal and healthy, and and how they go about their lives, and that they're not looking at these images online, and that they're able to talk to their kids in a healthy way about it, and that both father and son can say, hey, we want to be good, strong men, and we want to be good and kind and caring to the women in our lives as well. And then the Rolling Stone Times, like I said, I'm sure you could see what's on their computer. It wouldn't be so good. And so they get so strange about it.